What's good, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Reoz. We got a two-game slate here on Monday. So yesterday's slate of games was actually really good to watch. Both games were good in my opinion. Felt like we were getting like a glimpse of like the 90s in that first game, and then a really tight game between the Grizzlies and the Warriors down the stretch. So we got really two good series back to back here, and really all four series in the playoffs right now are absolutely amazing. So these games don't start at 1 o'clock. They're like at the normal slate time, 7:40, and then 10:10 here on the East Coast. We're still waiting on some Devin Booker lines. We don't got any of his yet, but everyone else is pretty much out here. So we're back on Prize Picks as usual. This is where you find your best odds on player props. So if you're taking player props over on like FanDuel Sportsbook or like DraftKings Sportsbook, I recommend you come over to Prize Picks, man. They offer the best odds, and they also do a lot of different promotions. The other day they were doing uh, extra payouts on your flex play. Sometimes they'll give you just massive deposit bonuses. They do Taco Tuesdays where they give you discounts online. So that'll be coming up tomorrow. So if you dive in today, really good day to dive in, especially if you want to use the promo code Upstate if you haven't signed in yet. That'll give you a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. So you can mix and match sports on here as well. If you like someone in the NBA and in the MLB today, you can power up those guys, mix and match them. Someone in college sports, esports, they have all stuff to offer as well. So definitely check this app out if you have not yet. I'm on the desktop version, but we also offer some Patreon content. It's the beginning of the month. Tell them about that one, Rios.
Yeah, there's no better time to sign up than early on in the month, especially the first or the second. A lot of content coming over on the Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/upstate. Me and Dale are giving you a ton of picks for these NBA games. Not only NBA, but we're also doing MLB every single day. We're also doing UFC every single pay per view. We're going to try to do a little bit more for the UFC, depending on if you guys are into it. Doing some fight nights, doing some bets over there. We're also going to sprinkle in some bets over on the Patreon for MLB and also NBA, especially since the NBA is winding down here in the playoffs, and we'll probably have some live streams over on the Patreon. If not, towards the NBA Finals, we'll be doing a ton of live streams over here on the YouTube. So, highly recommend checking out the Patreon, subscribing to the YouTube, and also checking out the free Discord. That will also be linked in the description below. Absolutely free. We got live bots from Fantasy Labs Twitter, so no time to waste here. Check everything out. Everything's linked in the description. Let's jump into these picks.
Yeah, man. The first guy I want to get to is going to be Jalen Brunson here at 18.5 points. One of the best like hit rates on the slate. Played really well in that Utah series, and then when Luka ended up coming back, still really good games here. 23, 24, and 24. He just fit alongside Luka really nice. His minutes did trend down a little bit when Luka came back, but he was still getting the same amount of volume. He's still getting 20 plus shots going his way every single night. He's been very, very efficient. And I really just don't have much to say about him, man. I mean, just the fact that I always like to go to him in his points rather than his rebounds or his PRA or something like that. He's really looking to score. His three ball's been falling for him as well. He's been in the past couple games, he's hit 5 3-pointers, which is a little bit unusual. He had the outlier game against Utah where he had six, but a couple games he doesn't really hit any or he hits one. So the three ball's been falling for him, which is obviously nice to see. He's playing with a ton of confidence. And against this Phoenix team, they're going to need his production here. This series is going to be a really good one, especially if Devin Booker continues to remain banged up. But I hope everyone's healthy in this series. I want to see a really good series, and I think Brunson's going to have a really big game here.
Yeah, I really love Brunson there, and to even go over to the assists, I really like Luka Doncic here at 7.5. We haven't really seen a big assist game out of him, but like Dale said, I mean Jalen Brunson's been playing crazy shooting the ball, and Luka's just a great facilitator. He gets the ball to everybody on the court, and the fact that he's got a really tough matchup here in the Phoenix Suns. I mean, Luka's got to go out there and really play well, not only scoring, but he's got to get his teammates involved, especially Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie coming off the bench. I would like to see those two play a little bit more together, but there's a ton of role guys on this team that really help out Luka in a really big way for his assists, and we know the big man down low, Powell. I mean, even Finney Smith can shoot the three and really get this team rolling here. But it all starts with Luka, and I'd really like to see him pick up on the assists. And we haven't really seen his line really hover around 7.5 like it has for a while. But I'm just gonna continue to go after it, considering if it's gonna stay low like this. We know the upside. I mean, he could go out there and get you 15 14 assists any given night. And I think this is game one. It's a really good spot for him here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'd make the prediction that at some point in this series, Luka's going to have a triple double. Whether it comes in game one or game two, game three, or if he does it multiple times in this series, it's going to happen. And I definitely love the assist line for him here as well as his rebounds actually look really good too. But his assist line, especially with the way that Brunson's been playing, is really good. So I'm going to go to another guy in the points category. Going to be Tyrese Maxey. I imagine he's a popular pick today. I mean, everyone's been like kind of off Harden for their for quite a while. I mean, he really hasn't shown us much. And obviously here in his last five, Harden hasn't hit once. But obviously the reason everyone's line's pushed up is because Joel Embiid is listed out in this game. We're not sure how much time he's actually going to miss. But Max is going to be the guy that steps up big here. Very, very efficient shooter and gets his points quick, man. He can score in bunches. He can take a nice 7-point swing himself, 2 3-pointers, get to the line, hit a couple free throws, a nice solid and one to swing the momentum. It's just the type of player he is. I mean, he has been dishing the rock a lot as well, but with no Embiid, that leaves a lot of shots on the table, and I really like Maxey in this spot. I mean, Embiid's been taking, you know, he averages around 18.5 to 20 shots a game. Embiid, I mean, I know he was banged up in the Toronto series, so a little bit less shots than normal, but that's still 28 to 30 points off the board that someone's going to have to pick up the slack. And even with him beating the lineup, we saw big games out of Maxey, so I really expect him to get a little bit more shots here. And it's against this tough Miami team, they're going to be just D'ing up Harden, giving him the same treatment they probably gave Trae Young. I know they're not the same player, however, Miami's defense is just so well. So these guys like Harris, Tyrese Maxey, Danny Green, they need to step up in this game, and I think they will.
That was a big thing to mention. There's 30 points off the board here for that 76ers team, so it's got to come from somebody else, no better than Tyrese Maxey. The last guy I want to talk about is Bam Adebayo over here on the rebounds. His line's sitting at 9.5. This isn't a pick I would usually take, but with no Joel Embiid, no true center. I mean, they have Paul Reed, they have DeAndre Jordan. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with this lineup. They could play small, which would leave PJ Tucker really just having a nice day for the Miami side as well for rebounds if they're going to play small. But Bam Adebayo is going to clean up on the boards like a maniac if they play small. I mean, Bam is an incredible rebounder. We saw glimpses this season where he would get 15, 16 rebounds, but then there's also times where he only gets 6 or 4. We saw that in the Hawks series, but with no Joel Embiid, we know Tobias Harris has been rebounding the ball like crazy. That's another guy you can look at. But Bam Adebayo is a phenomenal center. And the fact that there's no Joel Embiid, whoever is on him, Paul Reed, uh, DeAndre Jordan, is just a much better matchup for Bam. So really like this over.
Yeah, I mean, whether they play small or not either, I mean, Bam's just so versatile defensively that no matter what, he's going to be on the floor. They're going to need his production. I like the rebounds pick here as well. Like I said, a little bit of a low-key pick. I mean, like high ceiling, low floor guy, but I really like Bam in that spot with no Embiid for sure. And that's going to be our 4 picks here in this video. So, mix and match these as you wish. Take a couple of your guys. You could run this 2 pick powers. So I always recommend doing a little bit of research yourself, taking a look into some other guys as you wish. And if you want to find some of our more picks, be sure to go check out the Patreon content. Like Reoz said, $20 a month, perfect time to sign up. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.